Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, afternoon, evening. Shift that forward. A little behind the scenes. All right. Hello, Internet. How's it going? Was just hanging out with you 2 seconds ago on my phone. All right. Had a long night last night. We stayed up a little later than we should have playing Rebirth because it must get done. We needed to get our matching swimsuits with Tifa because that's the ship. And it will be the ship. We're going to make it happen. So yeah, I'm a little tired, little lethargic. How are you? I also spent my day yesterday having way too much fun filming content in my Tifa costume. So I have some videos that I'm working on that'll go up on my TikTok and Instagram. It's been a while since I've just had an unstructured day where I can just put on a costume and flop around and be silly and have some fun. So I actually posted one because it just kind of came together really nice yesterday. It's a Tifa video, and I'm doing some one-to chair exercises, which is this guy right here. One to chair is awesome. I was able to get one of these during right at the start of the pandemic, which was kind of crazy, but I love my Claire, the one to chair, and thinking about doing some content on her on Twitch because I thought that would be interesting to see. One to chair is one of those Pilates apparatus that you don't see a lot of action with, especially on social media. The reformer is the star. She's the icon. She's the moment. But my favorite apparatus is actually the one to chair. I love how weird it is. It requires a more adept level of experience for certain things, but there's a lot of incredible foundational work that you can do on the one to chair that translates really beautifully into the mat and to the reformer. So I love the one to chair. I love how weird it gets. It's really creative. I'm an art person, so I love kind of the experimentation that I can experience on the one to chair. So looking to do some of that in the future, as well as some more cos Pilates, which should be coming up soon. In the next 2 weeks, we'll be doing our March cos Pilates. I have a few ideas, and I just have to make a decision and put a costume together and get it rolling. So thank you to everyone that provided me some good ideas. Because yeah, it's actually made the decision harder because they're such good ideas. So I just have to jump in and make a decision. There's more months, there's more times to do cos Pilates. I just have to make a decision. So we're gonna make that happen for everyone later in the month with some fun, probably polls or other things as well. All right, with all that, let's get started. So, a little spiel beforehand. This is a Pilates mat class. It's not yoga, it's Pilates. We might do some things that look like yoga in here. And I love yoga. But this will be classical Pilates mat for the most part. And this is an open level class, which means that whether this is your first time or your third time this week, this class is for you. Finding our edge and challenging ourselves is one thing, and pain is something that we don't want, and fighting through pain is something that we absolutely never want to do. So in the event that you experience pain, abort mission and either take a modification that I will provide, or take a pause and join us in the next exercise. Meet your body where it's at today. It's kind of overused now, that term, but it's incredibly true. I will never know your experience because I don't live in your body. You know exactly how you feel right now. You might surprise yourself one way or another, but that's why it's important to keep in check. Keep hanging out in your body and keep the conversation going as we go through. And that's kind of the exciting part and the mind-body connection part of Pilates. It's we build that connection through moving with our body and challenging our body in ways that in our daily lives we may not challenge ourselves. So take advantage of this moment. It's a pretty cool time to be doing Pilates. All right. So with that, if you have any special requests for exercises, drop them in the chat and I will incorporate them in. Today I'm thinking a little bit more about posterior chain. So that's the back body. Your back body is your posterior chain. So we might do a bit of an extension series, no pun intended, today. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. We're going to kind of let it flow and see how it goes. So hopefully this final sip of coffee will wake me up a little more. We finished Costa del Sol last night and we're at Mount Corel. And then by then it was way too late, so we had to go to bed. But Cloud almost jumped off the cliff. That wasn't fun. Which swimsuit did you choose for Cloud? We chose the Ocean Chocobo because we like the shirt. It's adorable. And then, of course, we had to give Tifa her matching, which I preferred. I don't like Tifa's swimsuit. I like the Rockabilly number a lot more. The Y2K Rockabilly number, that's what I've called it. So, I don't know. Oh, Tifa, she deserves so much better. Oh my gosh. We're going to make sure Cloud razzle-dazzles her. All right, I'm going to stop talking about Final Fantasy VII, especially since I have a Persona 5 shirt on. So, let's get started. It's also March Madness. So, March Madness for basketball fans, March Madness for Pilates people. So, welcome to the mat this March. All right, so let's get started. I think we're gonna jump right in. So let's start with hugging the knees into our chest. Just settle into the mat here. Rock side to side. Start to check in on maybe where you're carrying tension, if you're favoring one side over another. And then slowly start to find a little bit more symmetry here. I know for me, my left leg is a little longer than my right leg, and that leads to some compensations on one side over the other. So this is a time where I kind of take that in and try to find a little more centering. And then take a big breath. Just release all the tension from your neck. Just completely relax your neck. It's really easy when we start curling the head, neck, and shoulders up to rely on our neck to get us up and down and hold us in this position. It's working way too hard the whole time. So let's try to use our abs to curl up. And with that, let's start the warm-up. So you'll bring your legs to tabletop. Hello, good morning, afternoon, evening. We'll bring our legs to tabletop. So your knees will be over your hips and your shins will be parallel to the floor. Zip your legs together as if they were one leg. So knees over hips is important because it's going to keep our tailbone nice and long so that we have to use our core to stay here. If the knees are further back, my tailbone is lifting off the mat and I am not using anything to hold my legs up. So a little further and slide it forward. That's what we're looking for. Hello, I'm all right. I'm tired because I played Final Fantasy VII way too late last night, but I'm ready to move, and we're gonna wake up a little more, hopefully. I hope you're well. So from here, let's get a little extra stretch. So the legs are at tabletop. We're gonna stretch the arms long behind us. Maybe they touch the floor, maybe they don't. It doesn't matter. It's all about finding stretch here. Think length over distance backwards. So really reach the fingertips long behind you and then feel the opposition of the collarbones widening and the shoulder blades drawing down your back. On your next exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Bring your arms with you to float by your hips. Now your spine shouldn't have changed. Your tabletop position shouldn't have changed. Take note and then adjust. Maybe the legs have to shift forward a little bit. Maybe the front body's got to engage a little more. Keep the neck nice and long and soft. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then lower back down. Hug your knees into your chest, rock your head side to side. No, you are good. All good. Thank you for being here. So from here, let's try that again. Arms are going to come overhead. I'm going to hold my microphone with this hand. I thought I locked it down today, but apparently that's not the case. Even I have to do a little check here with the legs. So from here, the arms slowly come towards the ceiling. They sweep down and you curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Spine shouldn't have changed. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower down with control. Bring the arms up to the ceiling and beyond. Let's take that 2 more times. On your next exhale, release the air. Feel as if someone took a steel ice cream scooper through your center. So you feel almost like a hook at your breastbone, like you're hooking over something in your scoop. So the scoop is a little lower. So if you feel like you're rounding from your shoulders, I want you to open your shoulders, widen your collarbones, and find a deeper scoop from right at your breastbone. And slowly lower down. Last time, and we add on. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. Now we work this curl a little bit. Lift your arms behind your ears. Stay up in the same curl and bring it back down. And lengthen to lift and lower. Let's go 3. Keep the neck long and soft. 2. Last time. Lower everything down, rock your head side to side. Roll out the lower back. Very cool. Yeah, these are core exercises are going to serve everyone well. They help with posture, with balance, with mobility. It doesn't seem like spending so much time working our center would do so much, but they don't call it the core for nothing. So it's a really powerful, they call it in Pilates, actually, fun fact, Joseph Pilates, who developed the system, he calls the core the powerhouse. So classically, we would call this our powerhouse. So that wraps all the way around front to back, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, this is our powerhouse. So we gotta continue to work it, and it's going to serve us well, not just in our daily lives, but through our future and all the way into as we get older and things start to change. Ah, yes, really cool. I love belly dancing. I need to explore it more because it's so incredible. I have no idea how to do a belly vacuum, and that would be something really cool that I would like to learn. So really cool. All right, everyone. Yes, Team Core is here. We are here today. I'm excited. All right. Let's add on a little bit more with our curl position, the foundation of our practice here. So we bring our legs back to tabletop. Our arms are going to come back behind us again. Now we're going to add a bit of a circle here. On your next exhale, you're going to curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Bring your arms to float by your hips. Same thing, we keep the collarbones wide and we curl from underneath the breastbone. From here, arms are going to come up to the ceiling or maybe a little behind us. Circle them around back to your start position. Spine doesn't move. Head, neck, and shoulders stay where they are. Let's go 2 more. Keep those legs glued together. Even though we're moving the arms, the legs don't get too much action here. They stay where they are. Now reverse your circle. Open around. Inhale, out, around. Exhale, bring it back in. 3 more times. 2 more times. Last time. Hug your knees into your chest and lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Holy moly, rock yourself side to side. We're gonna explore this curl position a little more in our 100, which is the true warm-up exercise. Practice makes perfect. All right. Well, not perfect, really. You just build more stamina. Pilates is progress, not perfection. That's a long plank. Congratulations. That's really, I definitely can't hold a plank for 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes, 9 minutes. Very impressive. All right. So for our 100, we're gonna do a couple of different, we're gonna break it up. We're gonna do it a couple different ways. We're gonna slowly work our legs around the bend and see how it changes our curl position. So we're gonna start with our legs in tabletop. Arms come up to the ceiling. On your next exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. From here, start to pump your arms up and down. And this is your starting position for your 100. You inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Curling the head, neck, and shoulders up. And trying to keep the head from being a bobblehead. Only the arms are pumping. There's these isometric holds that we work here that help stabilize us. From here, start to straighten your legs to the ceiling. If they're not straight, no big deal. It's more important that your tailbone stays down. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do 2 more. Maybe the legs go a little lower. And exhale. 1 more time here. And exhale. Hold your pose for a moment and then hug your knees into your chest. From here, we reach the legs long on the mat. And now we're going to try a couple of these with our legs completely down on the mat. So from here, flex the feet, zip your legs together, bring your arms up to the ceiling. If you have to take a bend of the knees, all good. On your next exhale, you curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. Might be a little harder to get higher, but we don't want to go too high. Just the tips of the shoulder blades tap the mat and start to pump here. And exhale. Little accent on the up with the pumps. Inhale and exhale. Let's go 2 more. And exhale. Last time. And exhale. Lower all the way down. Bring your arms straight up to the ceiling. We go into roll-ups. So for roll-ups, you can always bend your knees a little bit and use your arms to help you come up. We roll through our curl all the way up to a seated position. On your next exhale, find your curl and then lift up and over like you're rounding over an imaginary wheel. So we don't sink here, we lift up and over. And then slowly take it back, bone by bone. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll up. Slide the back of the ribs up, away from the hips. And then slowly take it down with control. 2 more times. And roll it back down, nice and controlled. How slow can you go? And last time. On your next exhale, roll all the way up and dive forward. Slowly take it all the way back with control. Hug your right knee into your chest. Give it a little stretch. And then switch sides. And then bring that right leg into your chest. Extend the leg up to the ceiling, give it a little hamstring stretch. It's time for single leg circle. There's my leg. I have been busy, so my flexibility training has been postponed for several months, so I'm working on getting my splits back, all 3 of them. So this is one I definitely need. Now from here, leg is up to the ceiling. Release your leg. And now we look like a T-square. You're going to point your toe, find a little external rotation of the leg. And when I say external rotation, I don't mean opening the leg. Top of the thigh bone rotates. Your hips stay down and square. If it's helpful to bring your hands to your hips, do that. You take your leg across your body. You don't lift the hip, just the leg goes. You bring it around down and lift it back up. Take it across, around and up. The larger the circle, the more challenging it is to keep the hips down. So if you're having a hard time stabilizing the hips, take a smaller circle. The magic of Pilates. We can scale it. Let's reverse. Take it around and up. There's so many action figures on this bookshelf. I'm so afraid I'm going to kick them. Last time. Bend that knee into your chest. Give it a little circle in the hip joint. Reverse your circle. And then release it long on the mat. Hug your left leg in. Wah. Take a stretch. Grab behind your thigh, calf, or ankle. Do not grab behind your knee when you stretch. And if you are curling up to grab your leg, you are holding too far up your leg. Want to keep the upper body relaxed when we stretch. So if that means the hands have to come lower, that's okay. So for me, if I wanted to grab my foot, then I start getting this weird, I'm like reaching for it, which is not what I want. I want to keep the upper body relaxed. So for me, I'm about here. Now from here, release the leg, point your toe, find that external rotation. 4 in each direction, we go across, around and up. I'm totally going to kick it. Nope. Inhale across, the suspense of it all. Will she hit the bookshelf? Totally possible. And now reverse your circle. Take it out, around and up. Inhale, out, around, exhale, lift up. 2 more times. Woohoo. Last time. Bend that knee into your chest and then bring your right leg to meet it. Rock around a little bit. Grab some water. It's almost time for our ab series. I've never had a 6-pack, but maybe one day. I'm very proud of my core strength. Not today. I'm very proud of my core strength. It serves me well every day, even in the smallest of tasks. You reap the benefits of this work, so that's why we do it. All right, let's do some ab series. Series of 5. I don't know why it's called the ab series. I have to do a little research on that because the whole mat series is an ab series, so I don't know why these particular exercises are called ab series. These are going to look familiar to some of you if you do ab work at the gym or in other classes. We're going to come about it with another approach. So, single leg stretch. We're going to work that curl. On your next exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. From here, hands come to your knee and ankle of your right leg. You stretch that left leg long. Now, same thing here. Get your tailbone down. I can even see here I'm like squeezing my glute and I'm a little curved here. I'm going to drop my booty a little bit. And now I'm good here. The more challenging, the lower the leg. So from here, pull that leg in close to you. Reach that left leg long. Find a lot of stretch here. They don't call it single leg stretch for nothing. And then with a controlled transition, you switch to the other side. And switch. So this is all about the transition today. Staying lifted and controlled. The goal in any of these exercises is to be able to control it like a car, in a way. Speed it up, slow it down, stop it, start it, whenever you want. You want that level of control. So that's what we're looking for here. Let's go one more here. Last time. Bend it in, lower down. Double leg stretch. This is going to look like our warm-up that we did before. Arms are going to come behind the head and circle around. This time we add the legs though. The legs are going to stretch out away from us. On your next exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. Grab onto your ankles, hug your knees into your chest. Stretch your arms and legs out long. Circle around, bring them back in. Inhale, stretch, hold. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, stretch, hold. There's that control. We want to find that little pause at the top. And in, just one more. And lower down. Ugh, rock your head side to side. Scissors. Everyone thinks this is a flexibility stretch. It is not. It is a core exercise, and it is a doozy. So we're going to find our legs, one up to the ceiling and one at about 45 degrees. If you want more of a challenge, that leg goes lower. That's kind of fun. Woo. Woo. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Drop that tailbone down. That was a cue for me as well. Pulse that leg towards you. Now controlled transition. Grab the leg, pulse, pulse. Slow transition, pulse, pulse. Keep that control. Keep growing the legs longer to the ceiling. For 3 and 2. Last time. Legs come into your chest, you lower down. All right. Lower lift. Legs lower up and down in one piece. Important that we hinge at the hips and not at the knees. So there's a difference between doing this and doing this. We want that, unfortunately, because it's harder. It's always, Pilates has a way of just being spicy all the time. So, hands are going to stack one on top of the other. Bring it behind the nape of your neck. You're going to bend your knees into your chest. Boop. And then from here, legs will come to tabletop or they'll come up to the ceiling for more of a challenge. You can always start with the legs and tabletop, see how you feel, and then work your way up to straight or wherever you are today. We're going to do 5 of them. Why? I don't know. It's crazy, but that's what we're going to do. So you're going to curl your head, neck, and shoulders up on your next exhale, keeping the elbows wide. Now from here, lower the legs to 45 degrees and lift them up. Inhale, lower, draw your abs down. Exhale, deepen them as you lift. Inhale, lower, reach the legs long. Exhale, lift up. Just 2 more times. And lift. Last time. And lift, bend your knees in, lower down. Wah. Rocky, rocky. Final thing, we have our crisscross. Feet come down on the mat. Stack your hands one on top of the other behind your head. I'm going to hold my mic with this one hand for a moment. My microphone is always being fussy. I need to find a better shirt to attach this to. Oh, it went rogue on me, everyone. It's supposed to be attached to this thing. Oh, that's better. Wow, you have a mind of your own, microphone. All right, hands behind your head. We love the live format. We never know what's going to happen. On your next exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. From here, twist your right armpit towards your left knee. Now it's easy to do something like this, where we're lifting off the hip, we're rolling onto the shoulder blade. Keep your hips down, and now lift up off of that other shoulder blade. So maybe it's not as big of a twist, but it's a deep one. And then come through center, we switch to the other side. So I'm lifting up. I'm twisting and reaching up towards the leg. And then center. One more time each side. And center. Last time. And center. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Bend your legs into your chest. And now we add the legs. Single leg stretch legs. We end where we started with the twist, literally. Isn't that fun? Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. Right armpit to left knee. Right leg stretches long. And twist. Staying high in that curl as you twist. And twist. Twist. And twist. For 4. And 3. And 2. Last time. You're done. Rock yourself up to seated. Well, how are we feeling, everyone? All right. Let's flow through our spine stretch series, and then we will do that posterior chain work that I've been feeling this week. I am preparing for an anime convention, and it's been hard because I've been really busy. And of course, I have to get a new idea for a costume 3 weeks before the convention. So we're going to see what I can come up with. I really want an Advent Children Tifa costume. So I've been devising ways that I can get one in the next 2 weeks. If I'm going to buy stuff and cobble it together and make it look awesome, or if I'm going to try and buy something, but we'll see. I also have my regular Tifa costume, but I really want an Advent Children costume. I love leather. And an all leather outfit, I mean, come on, that's so cool. So, and it's got bows. I love it. I'm so excited. I really want this costume. We'll see if I can make it happen. But I will also be bringing some of my Lolita dresses, which I'm excited about because I don't get to wear those around very much. My 9-to-5 doesn't really, not that they don't allow it, I have to go under tables and pull cables out, or I can't be wearing such beautiful things. They would get destroyed. And so I never get to wear those as much as I'd like. So it's always a fun time to grab the new stuff and show it off. I also have a Wii Fit Trainer cosplay that I'm bringing, a personal favorite. I've worn it on the channel. If you want a Wii Fit Trainer workout, let me know. Those are always a lot of fun to do. So we've got a mix of things. We'll see how well it goes, but we'll see how that happens. So yeah, let's do some spine stretch stuff, and then we'll work that upper back and that booty and the hips, and we'll be well on our way for our Sunday. All righty. Open your legs, slightly wider than the width of your mat. Knees are bent, all good. If they're straight, also cool. It's more important that you're sitting up on your sits bones. So if you feel like you're rounding your spine and you're having a hard time drawing your pelvis into that anterior pelvic tilt, take a little bend of the knees. It'll give you a little more range of motion to lift up onto that spot. I have the opposite situation where I have an overarched lower back. So I have to almost do the opposite, which is interesting. So, all right, from here, reach your arms long in front of you. Bring them parallel to the mat. Do. You're going to take an inhale. On your exhale, drop your head, slide your arms parallel to the floor, and dive your head forward. Think of this like your roll-up that we just did. Lift the back of your ribs up to the ceiling. And the higher you lift your abs up and back, the closer your head comes to the ground. Doesn't sound like it makes sense, but it actually does, and it works. It's magical. Trust me. From here, stack your spine all the way up to tall, bone by bone, like you're stacking each piece of your vertebra up like building blocks. 2 more times. Slide and dive. Drop the head. And slowly stack up with control. Last time. and stack it all the way up. From here, bring your hands so that your fingertips are tapping your shoulders, and lift your elbows so that they're aligned with your shoulders. From here, twist your spine to the right and come back through center. And twist. And center. And twist. And center. And twist. And center. Let's do 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last time. Lower the arms down, roll your shoulders open, shake out the legs. Oh. All right, let's lie down. We're gonna mix it up a little bit, and we're gonna do, let me adjust my camera a little bit. We're gonna mix it up and do a little bit of, there we go. We're gonna do legs, go on our stomach, transition to the other side. It's gonna be an around the world journey. So we're gonna start with our leg series lying down. From your tailbone to your elbow, line up with the back edge of your mat. You can lie on your bicep like a pillow, or you can support your head like so. You're going to bend your knees, bring your shins parallel to the front of the mat. Make sure that your hips are stacked one on top of the other. One way to kind of know if that's actually happening is you can look at your knees. If you feel like your top leg or your bottom leg is offset from the other, try and get those to stack one on top of the other. When you find that true stack, you're going to have to use your side body to hold it into place and to stabilize. You stabilize through your powerhouse. And that's what we're looking to do. Even though we're working the legs and the hip, there's always a core component to each exercise in Pilates. So with that, let's work our hips. You're going to flex your feet. Top leg is just going to lift up. Make sure that your knee and ankle are aligned. I love having the camera here. It keeps me in check. And then lower down. And lift up, and lower down. Let's do 2 more. Ooh. Last time. Now we're going to lift up and hold. We're going to do little pulses up, up. Barely move them. Up, 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 and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Lift right up and hold. Knee to knee. Top of that thigh bone wraps open like in single leg circle. Open the leg heel to heel. Knee to knee. And wrap the inner thigh open heel to heel. Try not to move the hip. Knee to knee. And heel to heel. Last time. Lower the leg down for a moment. On your next exhale, lift the leg back up. Slow motion kick long to the front. And then bend, bring it back in, just to hover over that leg. Stretch out long, and bring it back in. Stretch out long, and bring it in. One more time. Bring it back in. Lower down. Point your toes because we're fancy. Lift the toes to the ceiling. So now we look like we have a little fishtail. It's time for clamshell. Wrap the inner thigh, open the leg, and close it. 2 more times, because we have a variation that's real spicy. Now we do that. You wrap the inner thigh open, extend the leg, bring it back in that same external rotation, and lower it down. Open, extend, bend it in, and lower. Last time. Extend, bend it in, and lower. Lower your legs down. From here, we come onto our stomach. Probably the most graceful transition to your stomach. I've tried so many different ways, and it always just feels like I'm flopping. So sometimes simple is better. Let's do some extension. So we'll start with our swan prep. Full swan. We're gonna be very bird-like today. Stack your hands one on top of the other and bring your forehead to your hands. Start with the legs wide. The narrower they are, the more potential there is to dump in the lower back. So if you've done swan before, you might want to try inner hip width distance apart to start. If this is your first time, you can take the legs out wide the width of the mat and then see how you feel. I'm going to take a slightly narrower stance today because I'm curious to see how it feels. So from here, technique doesn't change regardless of where the legs are. You're going to lift your abs away from the floor and draw your pelvis down towards the mat. So The drawing of the pelvis to the mat doesn't come from death gripping your glutes or rounding through your spine. It comes from drawing your abs back towards your spine, and then almost feel as if your navel is sliding up towards your breastbone. That initiation is going to draw your pubic bone lower towards the mat, and you'll feel the bony landmarks of your hips and your pubic bone pressing evenly into the mat like a triangle. That's the initiation that we're looking for. So that pelvic tilt doesn't come from squeezing your glutes and smashing your pelvis into the mat. It comes from that drawing in and up of your center. With that engagement, lift yourself up to a hover. So head, hands, and heart lift up into a hover. And then with control, lower down. Don't just crash to the mat. Abs lift, pelvis down. Reach the crown of your head long and lift up. And lower down. And lift up. And lower down. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale to prep, exhale, lift up. And lower down. Last time, lift up and hold. Reach your arms long in front of you. Tap your forehead. Reach them long. And tap. For 3. And 2. Last time. This time, bring your hands under your armpits. And then lower down with control. Now we go into full swan. It's the same thing, except we can use our hands to get up a little higher. We don't want this to become a gymnastics backbend. We still want to have that same engagement in our swan prep. But this will give us a little more range of motion to come up a little higher. So make sure that your elbows are hugging towards your rib cage. We are swans, not chickens. Forehead comes to the mat. On your next exhale, find your swan prep without pressing into your hands. Now from here, press into your hands a little bit. Come up a little higher. Hips stay down, abs lift. Find a long diagonal spine here. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower down with control. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift up, keeping those elbows close to your sides. Roll the shoulders open. Chest through the shoulders. 3, 2, 1, and lower down with control. 2 more times. Lift on up. Feel like you're growing longer as you lift up. And lower down. This last time we add a little neck roll. Lift up. Now hold your swan. Look to the right. Circle down and around to the left and center. And then lift. Circle down and around to the right, center, lower, down. Press yourself back. Wah, find a child's pose. Alrighty. Should I do Persona 5 cos Pilates? That would be really fun. That was one of the things I was thinking of. Because I love Persona 5. And Kasumi's my favorite character. And she's a gymnast. I'm jealous. I dance. I did gymnastics as a child, as many of us have similar experiences, but man, I would love to be able to fold in half backwards. That would be pretty cool. Maybe there's still time for me in my old age. We'll see. All right. Let's switch sides for our legs. And do our hip work here. So find your side seated position. Stack your knees. Stack your hips. Along at the back edge of your mat. You can always lay on your bicep like a pillow. We lather, rinse, repeat. Lift the top leg up. Keep the ankle and knee aligned. And lower it down. And lift. And lower it down. Just 2 more times. Last time. This time lift up and hold. Bring your knee to knee. Wrap the inner thigh heel to heel. Knee to knee. Wrap the inner thigh heel to heel. 2 more times. Last time. Lower the leg down for a moment. That one doesn't look like much, but it's spicy. Lift that top leg up. Slide it long and bring it back in. Whoop, slide it long and bring it back in. 2 more times. Slow and controlled. Last time. Bring it back in. Lower it down. Sounds like I'm singing a song. Toes come up to the ceiling. You're going to wrap your inner thigh, open the top leg, clamshell, and lower it down. The new dance craze sweeping the nation. Now we add a high kick. Make it dramatic. And lower. This is the grand finale of our leg series. Last time. And lower down. We'll come back onto our stomach. I guess I'll come this way. I don't know. We'll mix it up. We'll go this way. Single leg kick, double leg kick, swimming. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So you're going to find a Sphinx position. Prop yourself up on your forearms. You're going to give yourself a little fist bump and stretch your wrists. So ideally, your hands stay in fists, which for some of us like me that are at a computer a lot, can be kind of hard to do, but it's good for us to do. So giving myself a little fist bump here, I'm propped up on my forearms. Shoulders and elbows are aligned. Lift your abs, keep your hips down. So we want a long diagonal spine. So we don't want to chill watching Netflix. Press the floor away, long spine, and think that someone's got a string attached to your breastbone and they're pulling you through your shoulders. You want to feel a lot of draw forward here. Now we add on legs, if you can believe it. From here, take your right leg with the flex foot, draw it up towards your booty and kick it twice and lower down. And left, switch, and lower. Keep pressing the floor away. So we're stabilizing the upper body in this extension position so that we can free the lower half to move in this hamstring curl. So each kick draws closer and closer to your booty. No ricochet. Kick, kick, and lower. Kick, kick, and lower. Let's go 4. And 3. Little tempo. 2. Last time. Lower all the way down. Bring your right face cheek to the mat. I have to say face cheek because people get creative. You're going to take your hands, stack them behind your lower back. If you can go higher, cool. Go higher. Helps with the extension. Let's see how far I can go today. Yeah, I think that's it. So for double leg kicks, you have your face looking one direction. You're going to kick your heels together, both heels toward your booty. That's what I meant to say. 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Legs lower. Interlace your thumbs. Lift up into your swan extension. Now from here, lift your arms up. Lift your abs higher. And find a long swan position. Now as you lower, you return to your start position. Just change your gaze. And then we kick 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Cross the thumbs, lift on up. Lift up high, open the chest. And then lower down. Let's add a little tempo. 3, 2, 1, lift up. 3, 2, 1, and lower. 3, 2, 1, lift up. 3, 2, 1. 2 more times. We're dancing. Last time. Lift up and hold. Lift your legs up off the mat. Try and get your thighs to hover. Swing your arms to the front. Swim up and down. Try and keep those thighs hovering the whole time. This one is wild. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Press yourself back. Find a child's pose. Ugh. Swimming is one of my least favorite exercises. It's mostly because it's hard. which means I continue to do it because I need it and I like to torture myself. All right, coming out of your child's pose, let's try a little teaser and a little front support to finish here. So, lying back down on our back. Nice and controlled, lower to the floor, no crashing. So for teaser, this is you're like, what the heck is a teaser? You know those Pilates ads where you see everyone in that V shape going like, oh, I love Pilates. That's a teaser. And we're gonna try that today. So we're gonna start with our foundational movement to get into teaser, and then we'll slowly work up to more advanced teaser. I'm gonna do about 4 of these. So if you're happy with the first one that we do that 3 more times. If you're like, oh, the second one, I'm feeling this one to do 2 more times, do that. You got options today. So that's what we're gonna do. So, starting in tabletop, legs are zipped together. There's not many positions in Pilates where the legs are in tabletop and they're open, now that I think about it. So when the legs are in tabletop, it's safe to assume that they're zipped together as if they were one leg. So you have that inner thigh connection happening. Your hands are gonna come behind your thighs. Little soft bend in the elbows here. I don't want you to feel like you're reaching for your thighs. You want to already here find a little bit of resistance of your hands and your legs together. This is going to help you get up. So press your legs and hands together. Now from here, keep that tension. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up, and keep that tension as you roll all the way up and find a teaser. You're going to come just behind your sits bones and then roll your shoulders open. So in this position, your waist has to draw back like crazy. So if I sit right up on my sits bones, I can just balance here without using my core. So we're slightly behind, but we're rolling the chest open. Now from here, we start to roll down just like we do in roll up, bone by bone, back to the start position. And that's our teaser. Now we do it without the arms, with the legs in tabletop. So keep those legs together. You should already feel a sense of reaching forward here. On your next exhale, you roll through your curl. Reach for your toes as you roll up. Keep that reach for your toes and your chest wide. Now legs stay where they are. You slowly roll down, bone by bone, back to your start position. Quick hug of the knees into your chest. Bent legs, now we go straight legs. Legs to the high diagonal. Arms come up to the ceiling. Feel as if you're reaching for your toes. We're reaching, we're going, it's dramatic. Take a big inhale, big exhale, keep rolling up, keep exhaling, reach, reach, reach. Bring your arms parallel to your legs. Now can you sharpen the V, get the thighs closer to the chest for 3, 2, 1. Legs stay where they are, roll all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Grand finale. We fold arms and legs up at the same time like a book. Whoop, whoop. So heels together, toes apart. Think less about up and down and more about reaching away to come up. So it's like the arms and the legs scoop away to come up. It sounds counterintuitive, but it magically helps you get up in a far more controlled manner. So right away, I already feel my legs are infinitely lengthening out of my hip sockets. Fingertips have a lot of energy shooting through them. Big inhale, big exhale, curl up, lift your legs, keep reaching, reach long, 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 long. Up in your V, we hold for 3, 2, and 1. Lower everything back down in one piece. Holy moly. Rock yourself up to seated. And let's start to wrap it up. Let's do a little stretch, because we didn't do a figure 4 stretch before. So we're going to come to quadruped, and we'll add in a little plank and push up here. Quadruped position. Let's take our right leg, bring it behind us. Left leg, bring it behind us in our plank. Then we'll just hold here for a moment. Find center. Lift the front body towards the back body and push your mat away. I'd rather you be more rounded than sinking into the shoulders. We're going to hold here for 3, 2. Now on 1, take your right leg, bring it to the outsides of your hands. So you can see my foot is there. Now from here, just drop that back knee down and try and square your pelvis towards the front of the mat. Arms are going to stay down. We're going to attempt to keep our shoulders square. Shoulders will stay, toes will stay tucked. What am I saying? Toes will stay tucked. They will stay tucked because we're going to lift the knee up. So let's do that. You're going to tuck your toes and lift your knee up, trying to keep your pelvis down and bring the leg back to your start position. Lift it up and lower it down. 3 more times. And 2. Last time, lower the knee down. From here, lift the toes up, reach back behind you, and grab onto your thigh, onto your foot for a quad stretch. Am I forgetting how to speak? Now drop your booty forward. Try to get a flat hip crease, which is no hip crease. And just breathe here in this quad stretch. I have really tight quads and calves. It's not good, especially my left quad. From here, release the leg. Hands come back down. Now from here, we lift that leg back up. Bring that leg back to our plank position. Let's go 3 push-ups. 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch sides. So leg comes into our wide lunge. Bend the knee, bring it down. And then from here, we lift up and down. And lift. And lower. This is like a new kind of twerking. I wouldn't bring this to the club. I've got better dance moves that I think would be a lot more fun to do at the club than this one. Let's do one more. Let's take our quad stretch, grabbing onto your foot. If you can't grab onto your foot, that's okay. Just this is enough. Reaching for it is enough. Oh, my quads are so tight. It's so bad. And just breathe into this. Hello. All right, release the leg. Let's lift up. We'll find our plank and do our final 3 push-ups. Here we go. Just 3 more. Just 2 more. Just 1 more. Pike your hips up to the ceiling. Down dog. Pedal out your legs a little bit. Drop your head. Don't forget to breathe. Are you breathing? Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Forward fold. Wow. Take a big inhale. Exhale, roll all the way up to tall. Head is the last thing to come up. Draw your shoulders back. And you're ready for the rest of your day, afternoon, evening. Woohoo! Thank you for joining me. It was fun talking to you all and moving with you. Stay tuned for more classes coming up. We have our March Pilates, Cosplay plus Pilates. Maybe it'll be Persona 5, maybe it'll be Bleach, maybe it'll be something else. I am taking requests. I had so much fun doing Final Fantasy VII in February. I'm almost inclined to do it again because I'm such a huge fan, but I can't. I have to do other things. So if you have Pilates requests or are just interested in what I'm doing, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at MoveWSarah with an H. I am pretty new to TikTok, so if you have any tips for that, let me know. I'm trying to figure it out myself. It's been fun nonetheless, but I'm there on both Instagram and TikTok, flopping around on mats and costumes. So you can join me there. You can also join me here every Sunday at 10 a.m. EST. And the third, we normally do Cos Pilates on a weeknight. Don't know what night this month, but stay tuned on my socials for more. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Pilates. See you next time. Bye.